A solo practice, solo dentist practice can certainly be a successful practice model. Um, and if your goal is to have a solo dentist practice, I do not want to put a wet blanket on that. But I'm not sure it's the best format. Um, for two reasons. It's becoming harder and harder to invest in all the technology if you're doing that yourself. But if you have an associate doctor and you have two doctors production, it's easier to invest in technology. But secondly, I don't meet many solo dentists that feel like they have a good work-life balance. So the idea of having a second doctor, whether that be an associate or perhaps even a partner down the road, might be a way for you to have a more sane schedule and actually work less. Work less. I think one of the ways to avoid burnout is to actually work less. You know, many dentists have told me that they feel bad about the fact that they used to have many hobbies and interests, and today they feel one-dimensional in terms of everything being about their practice. And many of their hobbies and interests have disappeared. Well, one of the ways to avoid burnout is to remain, interested in your hobbies and interests. And having a second doctor might be a pathway to do that. Another comment that I have is that dentists often feel very isolated in practice. And they feel like they don't have necessarily good channels to connect with other dentists. Locally, they're maybe not involved in the local dental society, and if they were, they feel like they can't talk openly among their colleagues at the local level. So a thing that you might consider to avoid burnout is find your community. We did an episode recently about this on the Thriving Dentist Show about find your community. Find a community of like-minded dental professionals that are interested in some of the same things you are. Maybe it could be clinically, or maybe it could be a philosophy of practice, like for example, AOSH, the American Association of Oral Systemic Health. Maybe you're someone that is interested in the oral systemic connection. Another great community, and I love this community, is AACD, the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry. You know, when you go to their annual meeting, you're surrounded by people that have the same interests as you, and that isolation disappears. And the right community will also allow you to be connected, between the annual events, and you can stay connected with them through virtual study clubs and through other channels. But staying connected with your colleagues in a meaningful way, people that are interested in things that you are, can be an excellent way to avoid burnout. And then the last tip that I'm going to offer before we get into the Q&A segment is one of the best ways to avoid burnout is to reflect on the lives you've changed because of dentistry. And this is maybe a good time to do this in the spirit of Thanksgiving. Just take a minute and think about some of the lives you've changed in your practice. Could be maybe a patient that came with very compromised dentition, and through your care, skill, and judgment, you provide this gorgeous smile and now you see that patient kind of blossom, come out of their shell. Maybe they used to be introverted and shy and reserved, and now they're more confident. Now they're more social, and it was your care, skill, and judgment that did that. Maybe it's something more behavioral. Maybe it was the empathy that you provided to a patient in their time of need. But think about the lives you've changed, and I'll guarantee that all of our listeners have changed many, 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 many lives. And it's easy to remember the challenges, and it's easy to be overwhelmed by, whatever our next hurdle is. And it's easy to get overwhelmed by that experience rather than by reflecting on, the gratitude that we have. There's a wonderful video, and I like to play it. It seems like I play that for myself at least once a month. It's done by Louis Schwartzberg. It's on YouTube. And just type in Louis Schwartzberg. It's spelled just like it sounds. And type in Louis Schwartzberg gratitude and watch his 6-minute video. It's a video he did as a TED Talk. And just watch his 6-minute video on gratitude. It might be a very good thing to do with your family around Thanksgiving and to express gratitude for each and every one of you. But the idea of truly feeling a gratitude is a great way to counteract the feelings of burnout.